The story begins with an intense situation, where soldiers are terrified and shivering, and it seems as if they are going to face a breathtaking corpse god. Just then, a magic circle appears. Without giving them a second to think, swords appear from these magic circles. These soldiers are chopped like vegetables. Another soldier appears and whispers in the leading commander's ear something. By hearing him, the commander orders everyone to accumulate the dead bodies and transmit them to the sorcerer. Also, the remnant soldiers need to step back to save their lives, because the subjugation unit has arrived to take them down. In addition, they are not alone. The church's secret weapon has reached to wipe out this Grim Reaper monster. People know him as a Calamity Crusher, but his real name is Shagrua Edith. He is strikingly handsome in armor. When he unleashes his sword, a strong gust, and a corpse, the god of a skeleton, appears. Corpse God creates a magic circle and halts with the current. But Shagrua is also cautious and counters attack by swinging his sword. One of the subjugated units reveals that the corpse god is responsible for the death of people. His labyrinth has expanded that taking the lives of people. Due to taking people's lives, he is called the corpse god. Just then, he strikes him with his sword, but the corpse god is powerful enough to bounce him back. Watching his failure, corpse god assaults him with swords by creating magic circles. But Shagrua is vigilant enough to make this attack useless. The corpse god is pissed off, so he creates a magic circle outside the cave. He is absorbing the soul of the dead and the skeleton to transform it into a dragon. This scary dragon will combat Shagrua. Shagrua is a handsome warrior who has upgraded his sword and tries to turn him into pieces with it. After a great effort, he has torn this dragon apart, but the corpse god is still alive to face him. Also, subjugation unit knows that it doesn't matter if he kills this monster. Still, skeleton has the power to demolish the entire world. Apart from this, an iconic fight starts between the corpse god and Shagrua. Each attack proves useless in front of Shagrua. A girl from the subjugation unit strongly believes in Shagrua and that he will live up to their expectations. She is aware that he will not kneel down before death. In agony, the corpse god creates an army of the skeleton to take him down. In a flashback, zombies type of creature has attacked them. Except for Shagrua, no one could survive, as the people have died, yet he has the power to see them. These souls are wailing, weeping, and cursing on him that he should also die with them. An army of soldiers rescues him and takes him with them. While going, he can still watch the souls moving around the castle. After this terrible incident, Shagrua has decided to fight back against these monsters. Growing up, he participates in the war and knocks down his enemies. Doesn't matter, it's a dragon or any other potent monster. Scene jumps to the present, where Shagrua knows how much sacrifice he has made. When he listens to his statement, the corpse's head knows that he has the ability of Evil Eye. Those who have this ability have two options in their life. One of them, they can have shelter under God. The other party chose to be the corpse god to control the ghost and spirits. Shagrua belongs to the first and second parties, which choose to fight back against these monsters. He is trying to overpower these skeletons by swinging the sword, but they are many in quantity, so he has thrown the rocks at them. He survives by swinging from the cave's roof. The army of skeleton has died, and now there is an intense fight between Shagrua and the corpse god. So, Shagrua assures him with a firing attack through his sword, but it's useless in front of the mighty beast. Also, the corpse god reveals that these souls are just toys for him. He loves to play with them and compares himself with Shagrua, who has also killed many beings. Shagrua doesn't entangle in his plan, because he knows the truth. On the other hand, the corpse god is also pissed off by this never-ending and exhausting fight. So, he creates a magic with which Shagrua is also unfamiliar. Although he doesn't know about this spell, he is ready to face it. Shagrua attacks him with his firing sword, and the girl from the subjugation unit helps him. With his potent power, he has broken the spell. But something fishy has happened after this. The black smoke has disappeared from this world. After the fight, his imagination is not cleared. He remembers fighting with the corpse god and casts a spell on him. By assuming that his spell has activated, he opens his eyes. Even though he is a corpse god, he feels weakness in his body. After gaining consciousness, he finds himself in the shabby alley. The floor and the garbage in this place are unfamiliar to him. Also, he notices his hand and is shocked to see them, because they are fragile. There is a mark on his neck as if someone has cut it. Corpse god starts moving to the light without caring about the blood dripping from his neck. This place is a city that he has never imagined. People are busy with daily routines, but he watches everything with a wide mouth. This city is not where warriors are fighting to eliminate the corpse god. Suddenly a drone appears in front of him, and the person watching him live through the drone is worried. He calls back to his fellows to complete the mission because this guy is still alive. After confirming that he has died, he leaves him in the street. But how he is possibly moving into the city with a slit throat? On the other hand, everything is new for him. Huge buildings, advertising, and technology are all totally beyond his imagination. By watching the model advertisement, he assumes it's a projection spell. Soon, he dismisses this idea because he hasn't felt any magic. He is passing by the people engrossed in their gadgets and vehicles that cannot understand him. While sitting in a lonely place, he assumes that people and children are happy and healthy. On the contrary, everything is opposite in his city. Something flashes in his mind about what happened to the city when he left. He doesn't know when he can return. Right now, only he can hope for their prosperous future. However, two cops arrive and want to know about him. Firstly, Corpse God is unable to understand their language, but after using the spell, he can comprehend their language. It reveals that his body has exchanged, but still has some power. Cops inquire about the injury on his neck that looks real. He can talk in their language with linguistic information through the brain, and everything is being cleared over time. Just then, cops realize that his injury is deep. So, they want to take him for medical assistance, but Misaki Sakamiya doesn't give the police a chance to do it. She appears by trampling the police and taking the corpse god away. Even cops are trying to stop them, but they are too fast. Also, we are introduced to two handsome characters. They know that everything is possible in this city, so they ignore this incident and return to their business. On the other hand, she has brought him to the isolated alley. Here, he is trying to make her recall who introduces herself. After forcing himself, he can remember some moments but not clearly. By watching his adverse situation, Misaki, who looks strong, holds his legs. The corpse god is swinging in her hands and doesn't know what is happening. To make him comfortable, she turns him into the original position and his face on her breast. By hugging him, she wants to make him realize that he is perfectly alright. Just then she reveals her true colors and shows an iron rod with blood. Through this weapon, she slits his throat, but she is astonished at how he can survive after the severe injury. Now, the corpse god can recall the things where Misaki has attacked him. She is ready to take his life second time, although he was powerful in the previous world. Right now, his body is fragile to beat her, so he has decided to escape. On the other hand, she enjoys killing as a game. Also, the person watching them through a drone is pity on him, because Polka is only 16, and there is an order to kill him. He is hopeful that the assassin gets successful in killing him this time. Otherwise, he will not get paid. The corpse god is compelled to hide in an isolated building. In this city, he can't sense spirit, and this place is void of magic. Then how he can survive in this place? He has only one option: to escape from the clutches of death. He thinks that he can die with the severe injury for good. Unfortunately, she has located and is behind him. She attacks him with a weapon that she is grasping at her finger. Luckily, the corpse god dodges her attack by using fighting skills. Misaki is amazed because no one can do so. Concentrating on her mission, she attacks him with an iron rod. The corpse god also has an iron rod through which he defends himself, but he proves weak because his body is not strong enough to compete with her. Another scratch emerges on his neck due to the strike. By avoiding her, he starts running from her escape. Misaki is a professional killer. How she can allow to flee her prey? So, she halts him with the knife that penetrates his leg. The corpse god is happy to have this city because of this place he has dreamed of. He can't let this place go easily. Encouraging himself, he takes the dagger from his leg and counters the attack on her. Misaki moves her head to get rid of this dagger, and the corpse god has started running from there. Overflowing in excitement, she is chasing him because he is the one she has impressed. She has done the job of killing many people or gangsters, but she never enjoys the murder that she is enjoying right now. The corpse god is hidden in the room that is called the execution ground of Misaki, as she has killed many people, so their spirits are haunting there. The corpse god uses his evil eye and can sense the spirit of dead people. Misaki considers people's life low, because it's her profession, and she is fond of taking the lives of others. When she is about to attack him with her rod, the spirit is terrified and leaves her way. But she doesn't know it's not child's play to take the life of the corpse god, who can have an evil eye, through which he can control the spirits. He creates a magic circle, and a skeleton hand appears that penetrates her stomach. Assassin has been killed in the hands of prey. The person from the drone has watched his scary magic. Scene changes to another world, where the corpse god has disappeared. A girl from the subjugation unit congratulates him on killing this monster. Still, Shagrua thinks that his job doesn't end yet. He can recall the moments of the fight where his strike does not affect his body, because the corpse god has already done teleportation magic that has taken him away. The girl is not ready to believe it, because she has recently gained the report, which mentioned that there is no sign of the corpse god in this world. Despite this, Shagrua's mind is not ready to believe it, but he is hoping for the best. In the alternate world, the corpse god has reminded everything that he is not ordinary. Also, he is thankful to Misaki for killing him, which has made him remind everything. Now, his eyes are shining, because he has achieved what he wants to have. In this peaceful world, he can have an ordinary life. Here, he will live according to his rule and demands. By commanding the spirit and overwhelming powers, he can rule this world as a grim reaper. Now, he wants to continue the discussion between them, but he thinks his killer is pretending to be dead to escape the penalty. Soon, he realizes that he has made a blunder because she seems dead. By creating the magic circle, he brings another skeleton hand to check whether she is alive or not. When he examines her, his body starts shivering because she has died. The story proceeds when Corpse God has an evil eye. Due to his evil eyes, he can't have peace. He has a special ability to watch the spirits, so his father has sold him out to the sorcerer. After that, he moves to the battlefield as a necromancer and causes the empire to collapse. Therefore, his sole purpose is to lead a peaceful and happy like other people. To live up to his dreams, he helps some children by providing them with food. One day, these children identified the person providing them with a meal. They have started living a peaceful life. Even a cute girl has fallen in love with him. Everything is going perfectly, but one day some soldiers attack them. They can't see the people puppets in the hand of necromancers. That's why they have killed these people who have an acquaintance with him. After watching the girl dead whom he loves, the emotion of revenge arose in him. So, he has slain them and become the corpse god. After living in the cave and reading the books of necromancy, he obliterates the people who try to mess with him. Also, he knows that he can't die naturally. To end his life, he is waiting for a warrior to finish him up, because he wants to have a peaceful life. At last, the day has arrived when a warrior has reached, but he used the necromancy magic that has succeeded. Through this, he can be reached into another world. Scene jumps to the present, where Corpse God has killed the assassin Misaki. As he is in the new world, he doesn't know what is happening. With the skeleton hand, he is waving her body so that she can open her eyes, unable to believe that she has died with a single blow. He says she should drink a healing potion or perform the healing magic. But all these things are not present here, and he is stuck with the thought of what will happen if cops know about it. He has no proof to tell them that she is an assassin, who wants to kill him without any reason. Also, he has yet to inquire her about what world he has. Another thing blinks in his mind that he has told about turning the people into corpses. His words torment him, and he doesn't know which step to take. Apart from this, there is a drone through which another man has watched the entire incident. Hiruya, who has watched Corpse's extraordinary powers, has held his head in his hands. Just then his phone rings, and that's Clarissa, who has assigned them a mission to kill Corpse God. She wants to know the reason for delaying this murder. Hiruya, who is still in shock, can't have words to explain what he has recently seen. By sending her a video, he gave her the full update. Apart from this, we look at Misaki's childhood, where she is smiling. Her smile is so captivating that her parents think she will be a reason to smile for other people. But they don't know she will become a killer who will take pleasure in killing them. Later then, Misaki notices the murders, where a person is having fun while stabbing the other person. Luckily, she has gotten the same task to kill this man. As he is enjoying the murder, she is also on the same level. Here, she is sitting on him and penetrating the nail in his hands with the help of a gun. This person is feeling acute pain and knows she is a puppet in the hands of Clarissa. Over time, she pierces nails into his body. So, this man tells her that she feels this joy in killing good people. But she has never imagined this before. Now, this thing has lightened in his mind, and she has decided to do this. After killing him by piercing nails, she moves forward as if she has done nothing. While going through the street, people are talking about her. They know that she is a ruthless assassin who loves to kill people. Also, they want to stay away from her, who can kill them in a blink of an eye. Later, she takes the task of killing a young boy, because he is a good boy. To test herself and her abilities, she has taken this task. Also, she has accomplished it terrifically by slitting his throat with an iron rod. After assuring him that he was dead, she escaped from this place. When reaching the floor, she is happy because there is no differentiation in her nature about good or bad. She can wipe them out without thinking about it. As for her, all adventure has ended up. But still, there is one adventure that she wants to do. That is, she wants to check the taste of suicide. For this purpose, she jumped off by crossing the iron gate. Just then her phone rings, and she gets back to her previous position with the help of an iron gate. He is Kiruya, who has assigned her tasks in keeping an eye on her. It gives her shock that the boy she killed is still alive. In addition, strolling on the roads as if nothing has happened. She is also startled to hear this news because she has checked that he has died. Kiruya tells her to complete her task and she can commit suicide. Again, shock appears, but soon she realizes he is watching her through the drone. Just then she opens up her eyes and is stuck in the last call of Kiruya. Soon, she has realized that it was just flashing. In reality, Corpse God has performed the magic and has taken her back to life. Both are in miserable condition. Corpse God's neck is slitted, and there are scars on her body. As time passes, she can recall everything. Also, she is sure she has died then. How she can be resurrected in this world. After checking her penetration mark on her stomach by lifting her shirt, she is amazed, because there is no sign of skewered. On the other hand, Corpse God has changed his sight. At this time, the Corpse God has revealed that she has returned through his magic. He inspires her and wants to ask many questions, but they are interrupted by Clarissa and her team, who has arrived here to take revenge for Misaki's death. Contrarily, she is alive, so she pulls her and hugs her. Within a second, she realizes that Misaki has dead, as she has died. That's why Corpse God gives her the name of Zombie. Scene changes to Kiruya, who works for them and monitors the drones. He has recorded all the incidents and transmitted this file to Clarissa. Also, he has watched Corpse God performing magic on her by creating the magic circle. Scene changes to the present, where her team is here to kill him. By watching him curing Misaki, Clarissa orders her team not to attack him. Kiruya informs her that he is leaving the control on the drone that is working on its own. After curing her, he removes his weapon from the magic circle but soon realizes they are not here to fight. He updates them he has managed to link the mind and body. To bring her back, they need to have resurrection magic. As they haven't heard about these, how they can trust him. On the other hand, Corpse God is also confused about how there may be no practitioner's magic and so on. She approves that she has only listened to this magic in video games. There is nothing but a connection with reality. Her team tries to strike at him when he cannot make them believe, but he is Corpse God who can eliminate them in a blink of an eye. One magic circle appears on the top of her team members, and Skeleton's hand knocks him down. He also warns them to keep their weapons down, otherwise they know they can't be matched with him. To analyze the situation, she demands time to think. Kiruya is astonished at this guy, who is so much confident and a killer. Corpse God doesn't know how much mana has left in him. Fighting with them can take his life. Just then she is informed about the fire in the building of Shakuzawa. Shakuzawa is the place where the orphan children live, and also working parents leave their children here so they can be cared for. Iruka has sent the video to her, and when she is watching through the screen, Corpse God has sent a creature on her shoulder. By assuming wrong, she has chopped down the creature. When she starts the fight, Clarissa stops her from doing so. She turns the screen toward him and elaborates on the situation to him. Watching the burning building, Corpse God wants to go there to help them. But Clarissa is astonished that he wants to help them because they are strangers to him. Experiencing the pain of burning, he has decided not to let children feel that pain. So, he is ready to help them. Looking at his excitement about saving the children, she has permitted him. Kiruya doubts that it can be his trick. Therefore, she has given him the task of keeping an eye on him and leading him to the building. Like thunder, he comes out from the building and jumps from it. Kiruya thinks that he is going to die, but Corpse God is extra smart and creates magic circles that bounces him to another place. After that, again magic circle appears, and skeleton hands appear that help him to proceed faster. Kiruya is shocked because he has not shown these tricks when escaping from Misaki. While reaching the situation, he notices people making fun of this incident. Also, there are no fire cars to extinguish the fire. To help them, he needs to find out where these children are. For this purpose, he uses his evil eye and locates them, because there are spirits of these children. By bouncing through the magic circle, he has gotten inside the building. A girl has watched and inquires from another person, but he has no idea about it. After getting inside through the window, he can see children who have fainted because of the fire. Also, there are spirits of their parent hovering around them. He amplifies their power by creating skeletons, and spirits get inside them. These skeletons are taking the children to the window. Even one innocent kid has felt the presence of her dead dad. She was feeling hot, but now she is relaxed because Corpse God has created a hand of the skeleton that keeps the children on the floor. All children are safe and sound with his help. After doing his job, he sneaks out of the building and enters. Kiruya is shocked about which part he should believe. The guy who has killed Misaki, or the handsome kid who has saved the lives of these children. Also, people have captured pictures of skeletons and hands. So, he tells Clarissa that this guy is tricky, so she must be careful of him. Ignoring his conversation, she informs him that Misaki will be revived in her senses. Scene changes to Misaki, who has recovered and is unable to believe she is alive. Right now, she is hanging as if she has hanged Corpse God to revive his senses. Corpse God has also arrived here, and Clarissa has understood that he is not bad. That's why she asks why he came to this city and what he wants. Also, she knows that he is Polka, the owner of this body. Straightforwardly, he says his sole purpose is to have peace in his life. There is money only peace in this world, and he has also approved her statement, because he has seen the children who are dying from hunger. As she knows her objective, she tells him to shake hands. She will help him earn money and grab his desired things by doing this. To achieve his goals, Misaki and Kiruya will help him. Now, an apartment has been given to Corpse God by Clarissa. Misaki, who is supposed to help him achieve the aims of Corpse God, is watching the news on her cell phone. The public is informed about the fire set up in the building, and mysterious things are being seen. The skeleton and giant hand of the skeleton are also seen in the view. Misaki is so interested and hopeful that it will be true. Just then Kiruya is bewildered by watching the control of Corpse God to the skeleton. Skeletons are puppets in his hands that are loaded on his demands. Also, he inquires from Misaki, who is willing to hang out with someone who has almost killed her. Contrary to his expectations, she finds her murder thrilling and loves to have accompanied him. Now, Kiruya has understood that he is smashing his head into the wall, so he continues carrying the package. Just then Corpse God thanks to Kiruya for assisting him. Corpse God doesn't know which alternate world he is in, and he wants to explore it for his safety and the peace he longs for. Many queries emerge in Kiruya's head what he will say to the Polka family. Clarissa, who is the mastermind in planning, has already planned it. He tells them to have a journey of self-discovery. To make them believe, he will also send him a postcard that is assumed to hide the death date. As he is reincarnated in Polka's body, that's why it's difficult for him to recall everything. Language is a simple part of regaining, but memories are difficult to recover. The only thing he remembers in a blink of an eye is Misaki, who attempted to kill him. Therefore, he cannot grab the memories of the family of Polka. His only mission is to beat those who try to kill them right now. If this is the case, Kiruya should locate the client who has told them to kill him. When Corpse God tried to inquire about the client, she forbade doing so as it's against her rule. In exchange, she is ready to give him a place to live. In addition, Corpse God doesn't bother her, because he has extraordinary guts to figure out the client. To locate him, he needs to know where he is. While reading the book, he has perceived that their creatures are the same but different names. But the thing is making him glad that there is no concept of Geldwood religion. In this religion, people consider him a vile creature and try their best to eradicate him. People in his world call him Corpse God, and Misaki finds his name cool. He diverts his attention to the killers who have destroyed him. The only person who can do this job is Lemmings. While working with the computer and interrogating Lemmings, he asks a question from him. Misaki, who has dared to kill him, shouldn't be comfortable in his presence. Oppositely, he has forgiven this girl who has become prey. Also, Polka, the owner of this body, has forgiven this girl for playing with the skeleton and mysterious eye. She finds these things cool and doesn't have concerns with their conversation. On the other hand, Kiruya is startled by knowing that he is connecting with Polka's soul. Corpse God has interlinked with Polka since the beginning. As he reincarnated in his body, he infused Polka's soul into the drone. This is the drone of Kiruya, who has lost control of it. He wants to imbue his soul into the drone until he finds another body for him. Kiruya is about to die from the shock, because they treat the dead soul only for play. Also, he is so much mastered in it that he can convert into anybody. He has realized that he controls and molds them only for amusement. He has decided to keep his guard up from this dangerous man. Now, Corpse God's center of attention is earning money, which will lead him to peace. Misaki gives him a suggestion to do the business of murdering, because he is proficient in it, but Corpse God doesn't find it right and rejects it. At the same time, Kiruya informs them about a client with a task for Misaki. Misaki is not ready to do this task, as she is busy with Corpse God. By interrupting their discussion, Corpse God has arrived and decided to do this job. The client doesn't take him seriously, because he is a beginner serial killer. In contrast, Misaki has taken this mission as Corpse God has decided to take it. From the apartment, Kiruya is unable to understand what he is thinking. Afterward, he has taken them to the exact location by dragging the information from his broker. These hitmen are highly dangerous. If we call them psycho, it will not be wrong, because they have killed their prey along with their family. That is a cruel act. By hearing this, Misaki moves ahead to deal with them. She sneakily moves, but her preys are already aware of their presence. That's why they have started attacking her, but they don't know they have messed with the wrong chick. She has mastered martial arts and beats them like clothes while washing them. Not only she is smashing them, but she is also dodging their attacks. The unexpected moment emerges when the client has shot on her and tumbles on the ground. After this, the client orders his subordinates to deal with her dead bodies, but they have overlooked Corpse God. His eyes are glistening like blood and informs that Misaki has become a zombie, so there is no use in shooting her. Misaki again arises and starts knocking them down energetically. In addition, Kiruya calls him to inform him that it's a trap. From this beginning, Corpse God doesn't know that it's a trap, but he has seen the dead soul of children hanging with his feet. To take revenge on the children, a giant skeleton emerges from the ground and crashes these bastards who are separating the children from their parents. By overwhelming his emotions, he has decided not to take the wages of this murder. Later then, Misaki checks her bullet hole that is almost vanished. She is happy to become a zombie because she is enjoying his period. But it's weird for Corpse God to make herself naked in front of a young guy. Corpse God considers it a part of another world. Just then he has gained the call of Kiruya, who is interlinked with one question. As Corpse God considers the dead spirits his toy, then why he has helped the children. It's the reality that Corpse God considers them a toy, but those are too important for him. He pampers them as if he is playing with Drone, whom Polka's soul has possessed. Also, he compares human from him, who hasn't pondered about killing the people. A flash appears in front of Kiruya's eyes, where he orders to obliterate Polka only for doing his job. Realizing that he is outspoken, Corpse God apologizes, but he forgives him because he is older than him. Scene changes when Clarissa is having the call and listening to the call. She has the task of killing the Corpse God, but how she can suppose to mess with a person beyond her imagination. Also, she knows about the incident where Corpse God massacred many people. As a result, the quantity of his enemies has increased, and she needs to deal with him. Apart from this, the assassin of the children is furious, so they want to gather their gang to avenge Corpse God. But when he opens the door, painful screams can be heard. By considering him, Corpse God steps forward. Contrary to his expectation, he is Lemmings, who is only heard in the story. Now, he is going to be the scariest nightmare of their life. Scene changes when Misaki and Corpse God are discussing the vampire. These vampires are only present in the blood of this alternate world. But Corpse God has a special power to turn Misaki into vampire. It seems thrilling to her, and Kiruya watches all this through his camera. He is unable to understand what they are discussing. At the same time, Clarissa also having massage with her subordinates. Her subordinates want to know about Polka, so she has given her shelter. Polka is interesting to her, who has one weakness: children. So, she has decided to utilize his weakness and have fun with this. As if Polka is her next entertainment, she knows how to deal with him very well. Aside from this, Kuzaburo apologizes to the club guards. He has gotten inside the club and has drunk alcohol that is worth 60,000 yuan. Inside the club, Tsubaki is bored to death because he has drunk alcohol and waiting for Clarissa. Clarissa has no sign of coming here because she has an urgent task. With the bartender, he inquires about the mystery of the skeleton in the fire building. He doesn't know about this incident, so he ignores it. But Tsubaki doesn't think skeletons odds, because every human has to turn into a skeleton. Just then, a hit chick passes by him and he slams on her butt. But another guy appears to torment his lesson. Even bartender instructs him that fighting is not allowed there. In the building, while enjoying the pizza, Kiruya wants to know about the features of Misaki. She can do several things, as her body will heal automatically, and she can numb her enemies with a single bite. To test her ability, she bites him and he falls to the ground. Even she wants to test her ability on Kiruya by kissing him lustfully. Kiruya can comprehend her trap, so he calls her a monster. In the following scene, a mysterious personality watches the crushing people through the ground. Suddenly this man disappears after finding out cops are coming here. Apart from this, Kuzaburo still apologizes to the guard, but his style differs. Whoever ventures to strike him knocks him to the ground by slamming his head. All guard have beaten badly and did not have the energy to stand up. Later then, cops call Tsubaki to investigate this case. While numbing, Corpse God realizes that there was a connection between his world and this world. The first task he needs to do is to figure out the link. He is also curious to know about their Bajaman or another thing in this world. On the other hand, Misaki is excited to numb the people instead of relying on her punches. Also, Kiruya is inspired by him, who has crushed his opponent's body. But he reveals that he hasn't killed them, but didn't spare them. They are no longer capable of attacking on anyone. On the spot of the accident, Tsubaki and Kuzaburo arrive. Tsubaki is from the Shinjuku Safety Division head, who is competent in his word, and Kuzaburo is only the group member.